Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over exactly how to find low competition products on Amazon in 2019. So all my product research always starts in here. I know a couple methods that don't use this, but generally when I'm getting, basic ideas for product research and just trying to find winning ideas that most of the time are the ones I end up going with, I start right here. For those of you who don't know, you just make a little more room here. For those of you who don't know, Jungle Scout web app, specifically this tool right here, is $39, and it allows you, excuse me, I've been drinking seltzer. It allows you to, put in all the criteria of the products that you want to see, and it'll extract it from Amazon's catalog. So we see here we have 70,300,000 products right here, rounded about, and that goes up every single day. So just a week ago, this wasn't even over 70,100,000. So that's always updating in real time. And what Jungle Scout does is it pulls products straight from Amazon's catalog and organizes them in a way that you can see them based on what we want. So on Amazon, when we're selling our first product or maybe even our second product, getting ideas for new products, you want to be selling low competition products. And the reason is because if someone has 1,000 reviews, there's no way you're going to be able to compete with them and take their customers away from them without a huge amount of capital invested up front to get yourself ranked, to get a ton of reviews, really high quality product. Next thing we're looking for is a price range of about $15 to I would say $30 is perfect. So we're going for that impulse buy range. The reason is, if you're selling something that's $60, $70, $80, people start to search around, right? So I just recently bought a whiteboard for YouTube purposes to teach, and I'm making the Savage Sellers course, which is pay what you want. So it's just like anyone's $500 course that someone makes, except for I'm making it donation based. So those of you who don't have a lot of money could also get in there. Anyway, what I was looking for, it was like reverse psychology, psychoanalytic behavior that I was trying to figure out. So like I bought a whiteboard, and what I bought it from was because of the first picture and the price. And maybe I saw it was 4 or 5 stars, and that's the reason that I bought it. What was I trying to say? I completely talked myself off course here. Price range. So it was $55, and what ended up making me buy was there was limited options, so that maybe there was 3 or 4, and I looked at all 3 of them and then picked the best one. And I read some reviews, I saw which one had the. So the point I'm trying to make here is when things are more expensive than $50 or so, you start to shop around, right? I think I even looked at like Best Buy's website. I actually went to in-store brick and mortar. I went in Target, looked for one, and then I ended up going with one off of Amazon. So point being, when something's more expensive, it's not just simply like, oh, add that to my cart and check it out. Amazon already has my cart. I'm just going to buy that right away. It's $15. Who cares? You start to actually collect information from different sources and figure out which one you really want to buy. So we want to stay, we could fill this out in real time here. We'll say maybe $13.88 or something, because anything above $13 you could technically still make a pretty good amount of money on after fees, and then we'll go all the way up to maybe $26.92, something like that. So $15 to $25 essentially is what we're looking in here. And then we said reviews, we don't want a lot of competition, so I like to just keep that right at 75. You could play around with that, even set it down to like 50. So maybe we'll go 65 just to split the difference there. It's not exactly split, but it's pretty close. And then categories, we want to look for things that have, small accessory items, small tools. Those are my favorite kinds of things to sell. Just small, light products. I know that's kind of, stereotypical Amazon FBA products, small, light, fits in a shoebox, low review, this amount of price. But where we really can hone in on the low competition products is the revenue. Everyone is always trying to go too high with the revenue, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do in 1 second. So if you guys don't have Jungle Scout yet, you could get it from the second link down in the description. It says Jungle Scout, and it's an affiliate link, so it's a great way to help me out. If you're going to get it anyway, you might as well just get it through my link. I appreciate that. Beauty and personal care is a good one. Maybe we'll do that, and we'll do, kitchen and dining. Okay, let's just go with that. And then we'll go into minimum sales. We want to see at least 300 a month, and then no more than 2,000. someone selling more than 2,000, 75 units a day, we're not going to be able to keep up with them. That's too high of competition. Anyone below 300, and we could even put this down to like 250 actually. Whoa, 250. Just because, 300 is 10 a day. So if someone's selling, if many sellers are selling 250 units per month, then we could probably make that product better and create a better listing, and then take sales from other sellers and equal 300 a day or more. Minimum revenue, let's go like 6,000. That gives us enough wiggle room to say, mostly your profit's going to be probably 50%. That's like a good profit margin. You could expect that it will be 50%. Sometimes you could go a little higher. My first product was 65% profit, which was really, really good. I was selling for $24.99, and my profit was $15.37 per unit. I still remember that just because it was my first product and I was super excited. Max revenue, we're going to put that down pretty low. So 13,000 is a nice amount of revenue to see, and it's not too high, above 20,000, to the point where, when you're selling $20,000 in revenue every month, you're going to start drawing in a lot of attention from maybe people on Jungle Scout web app looking for your product. People just find that product, people see it. There's no way to be sneaky about doing Amazon, because as soon as you start making a lot of sales, other people will see that you're making a lot of sales and start selling that product as well. So what I like to do is find markets that lie between this, sweet spot right here of $7,000 to $14,000 essentially. And that's like where there's not too little sales to the point where you can't gather enough to make $100, $200, $300 a day, but there's not so many sales that there's constantly new ideas coming into the market and getting flooding out your listing. Max weight will go, something like maybe 0.9, or we'll go a little higher, 1.2. Again, if that's too high, it's going to cost too much to ship it in from Alibaba. And now that's pretty much all we're going to do. We're not going to get too crazies. We're going to just pick, maybe we'll pick one more category or something. And you could pick more categories than this. I usually like just filtering by a couple categories though. So we're going to do this search of $14 to $27 essentially. We want to see more than 250 sales per month. This sweet spot right here. Now, some people will set this to like 50,000. In my opinion, that's just way too high. And be realistic with yourself. Like, how much money do you have to start Amazon? If you're already selling on Amazon, you have 10K to start a new product. Great. Go find a super competitive thing to get ranked for, and long term, that'll make you a ton of money. But I realize that most people don't. So if you're trying to start with $900, $1,200, $2,000, you need to find a low competition product, right? Something that you're going to be able to get your feet wet, understand the business, make some profit along the way, and put yourself in a good position to launch more products. So we're going to go ahead and hit search, and then in real time, we'll look through this list right here. I never plan this stuff. I'm just doing this and trying to explain what I'm focusing on. So let's see. Let's do home and kitchen too. And maybe home and kitchen instead of kitchen and dining. Why don't we do that? That sounds good. Kitchen and dining, I always see just like a lot of like cups and mugs and towels and stuff. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. So we're going to look through here. And I see these almost every time I do product research. This is almost good, but there's just not really a good way to differentiate it that I have thought of actually. So let's just keep looking. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the pictures, and the best way to describe what I'm doing is just looking for a unique product that's not too complicated, but also not too simple. So I'm not going to sell a mug. I'm not going to sell a cup. I'm not going to sell any kind of topical lotion or anything. Not a computer case. Okay, so maybe something like this. So like a plastic shoe organizer slot, closet storage space saver. That looks good. We'll open that up. Open like a new tab, and then I'll open 3 or 4 at once just so I don't get caught up in one thing. I like to separate the way I work most effectively, and now this is different for everyone. I learned this from Manage Oneself. Great book. It's only like 50 pages long if you haven't read it. Figure out how you work, and then use that to your advantage. Don't try and make yourself work the way that someone else says they work really well. And that's kind of what's wrong with public schools, that it's kind of just like this cookie cutter, everyone learns the same way. That's why you end up with a ton of dropouts and people that excel because they learn that way. But really everyone learns differently. So figure out the kind of learner that you are. Do you need to take notes? Do that and then separate it. Like the way that I work best in doing product research is I split it up into like days. So like say today I'm looking for a product. I'm only looking for a product. I'm not going to go look on Alibaba. I'm not even going to go, like I'm going to find it on here. I'm going to look at it on the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. I'm going to add it to a list of products, and then I'll make maybe a list of 10 products, and then I'll say, okay, I'm done doing product research, done working on Amazon business for the day. Or if not, you could just do the next step after. Then I'll go analyze all those products, see which one is the best based on their criteria, how many monthly sales, which one I could differentiate the best. That'll be a day or a period of the day. And then I'll move over and then start looking at Alibaba. So when you try and do all that at once, you kind of, I know I shouldn't say you, but I get overwhelmed and I start losing what I was even doing. Neck pillows, too competitive. A lot of these stuff is just experience. So once you find, we'll open that up. Copper mesh for rodents. Pest control is about to be spring. That might be good. Transparent clothing rack, no. Signs, these are too specific. So unless you made the same exact sign, it'd be hard to kind of capitalize on that market. And again, we're just looking for unique products that you kind of don't really know what they are, and maybe you have to pause at them for a second. Okay, no electronics, cords, anything like that. We just want simple little products, you know, that are kind of weird. That's like, it's a very unscientific way of describing it, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like, you're not going to private label a chair or a pillow, but maybe you would private label, you know, what is this? Like an adjustable shoe rack or a copper mesh roll for rodent what am I trying to say? Pest control, rodent control. Yeah. Small niche products. And in the beginning, it's kind of like, what the hell am I clicking on? I don't know what to even click on. That's fine. Click on more of them, and you'll just note, like, I could guarantee a lot of these won't meet the criteria just by looking at them. So pull them up, and, you know, I'll give you the criteria up next when we're looking at this stuff. If it doesn't fit it, there's no harm other than you lost a little bit of time. So it's a learning curve. Again, now I could go buy a ton of these and know which ones to open up right away, but you won't always know in the beginning. So just take the time and start doing it. That's like the thing that separates people from being successful or not. You know, knowledge is more powerful now than it was in the industrial area, where just working hard was more powerful, or capital was more powerful. But now I would say we're even more advanced, where knowledge needs to be converted into action to be powerful. So those of you who go buy Jungle Scout right now, it's the second link in the description. Start doing some product research, find some products, and maybe order 100 of them, even if it doesn't go that well as a learning experience. You guys are going to excel over everyone who just watches this video, goes, cool, and then forgets about doing the business model. So let's go over what we have now. So 2 is good enough. I guarantee, I mean, we're already 12 minutes in. We'll start looking at these things, and I guarantee this will take up the rest of the video. So what am I looking for exactly? I don't need to even pull up Jungle Scout on this listing. What I am going to do is take the main keyword, and we could just pull it right out of the title. You're going to look for the least amount of words that you could search to get to this exact product. Not too broad or not too specific, because it'll skew our results when we're looking at Jungle Scout. So for instance, an adjective like upgraded, describing the products, describing the product, you don't need that. So like, we don't need new or upgraded in the title. Right, for this, I would say we don't need black in the title. Like, again, we don't need quality in the title. Storage space saver, no. We want adjustable shoe organizer. That would be the broadest key term for this. Or Yep, and then really quick, you just want to look and make sure it's all the right product. So the product we're looking for is this thing right here, this plastic thing. Or things. For instance, this is not the right thing, but we could separate those in Jungle Scout. So this is where you pull up Jungle Scout Chrome extension. Again, this is the you could get this from the same link in the description. This is the Chrome extension, and you only need the light version. It comes in 2 versions. I've only ever used the light version. And really quick, let's just make sure it's only the products we want to see in here. So for instance, we're going to just hit the X right here. Or my nose is itchy. Hit the X on anything that is not the right product. So for instance, that was like a shelf. That's not what we're looking at. Again, this, good, take that out of there. That's not the same thing. Those are, that is not. So we don't want to, you know, when you're counting and seeing what products meet the criteria, you don't want to be mixing in products that aren't even the right product. So we only want these little plastic adjustable shoe organizers in there. And again, this is different for every product. So really we could stop now because we're just looking up here at these first 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So up to 18 is where our 12 is. Now I deleted stuff, so that's why 18 is 12 now. So what we'll do is, here's the criteria, guys. You want to see that the average reviews for page 1 here is under 50 to 75 reviews. So let's just see if there's anything skewing this. There's this person has 2,000. That is not even close to the right thing. So we'll take that out. And really quick, I'm just doing this to get our average reviews down up here and get them more accurate. Like these aren't even the right things down here. And it's just so simple to do this instead of, well, it pulled up a lot of products. Usually it doesn't even go this far. Do this instead of like trying to average it out. But you could look at 7 out of 12. I'll show you that in a second. So once I take out these outliers here that aren't even the right products, if we go back up here, we see an average review count of 52. And that's just these products. And now if you wanted to be really precise, you could come down here and delete some of the ones that are not in there. Like that's not the right thing. I guarantee that'll bring it down even more. That's not the right thing. That's not the right thing. So like 43 average reviews. So very low reviews for page 1. Is this the right thing? Yep, that is. They have 125. They have 141. So what you can do also is 7 out of 12. Now this is kind of a universal thing that I didn't come up with, but it's what I learned and it's what I'm teaching you now. So we deleted even more. So I think 18 will still be 12 though. You know, that'll be our 12th one down. So we do 7 out of 12. So if we hover over 18 and then just count from down to that, how many of them are under 75? So 1, 2, this is not, it's 141. So we'll skip that. 3, that's under 75. This is under 75. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of 12. We said we wanted 7 out of 12, so 8 out of 12 is good. That is low competition. So 7 out of 12 would be considered low competition. Anything more than that is low or very low. Now what we want to do is look at the revenue. So are 7 out of 12 of the revenues over $5,000 per month? Let's check. 1, that's not. 2, 3, that's not. 4, 5, that's really high. 6, that's not. 7, 8, 9. So 9 out of 12 are over $5,000 per month in revenue. That's really, really good. I love to see that. That just shows, you know, if you use common sense here, if everyone on page 1 is making over $5,000 in revenue, and you could rank your product in, say, you know, the 5 to 10 slot or the 1 through 5 slot, what do you think your revenue is going to be? It's going to match what all the data is showing, right? That's why Amazon FBA is such an incredible business model, because we can actually predict revenue. We could predict competition. Well, we could see competition directly. We could predict revenue. We could predict monthly sales down to single digits. We know the prices of our competition. We know the pictures in listing quality of our competition. Like, there's just so much information showing you that this is a good idea or if it's not a good idea. And then the last thing is monthly sales. So I want to see 7 out of 12 monthly sales are over 300. So let's see. That's not 1, 2. That's 250. I technically count those. So let's just say, 250 or more. And that's so close that I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 out of 12 are over 250, which is really good. And the other ones aren't too bad. 150, that's pretty low. Again, 150, 160, those are pretty good as well. So again, we're not looking for the product that's going to make us $20,000 a month in profit. We don't need this product to even make us $10,000 a month in profit. If we could just make $100 a day or $3,000 per month with a single product, that will give us the cash flow we need to launch more products that make us $100 a day. So my method, and you don't have to follow this at all, this is just what I think makes more sense. through reading what most successful people do. And one of the biggest words that comes up in the financial realm would be asset allocation. Whether we're talking about real estate, stocks, anything, you don't want to have everything in one product or everything in one or two products. That would be like me, investing into Apple as my only stock, and I put 10% of my entire net worth into Apple every single year, like, dollar cost averaging. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to do because what if Apple crumbles in 40 years? We can't predict the future right when I want to start using that money. That would be stupid to do. But what if I put my money into the top 500 companies in the United States for, 40 years? It's not likely that all of those are going to crumble. And I take that same mindset and I bring it over to Amazon. It's like, okay, and this is learned by failure. So this isn't just me, taking someone else what they said. I've actually learned this myself. So I had one product that was making me $10,000 per month. It was my first product. It went beautifully. It was just like the perfect success story for Amazon FBA. And I didn't branch out at all. I just thought I could keep selling that product and living off of that money, and I wouldn't really have to do anything else. And what happened is that product stopped selling. It was a fad product. Competitors came in. I had to lower my price to stay competitive. And I went from making $10,000 a month in July to making $2,000 a month in August. That quick. It just destroyed overnight, essentially, or over a month, essentially. But what if I had taken those previous 3 months of making $10,000 and branched out into 10 more products, right? So if that one failed, it would be 10% of my net worth. I'd still have 90% of my income, not my net worth, but it would be 10% of my income every month. If I had 10 products doing the same or similar results, I would have 90% of my income still coming in. So that's my importance here. Now the way I'm building myself back up, this was 9 months ago. I'm doing well again now because of the mindset that I've implemented. I don't even know what word that was supposed to be. Implemented. Thank you. The mindset that I've implemented here of asset allocation. So launch one product that makes you $100 a day, use the cash flow from that to launch 2 more products that make you $100 a day, and then launch 10 products that make you $100 a day. That would be the best way to get to $1,000 a day long term, in my opinion. So this meets criteria. Now all we have to start, in it, I would say it's low competition, right? The average review is 43 for this first page. And the most effective way to tell if it was actually that is, just average these out. So if we did, 23 plus 3 plus 140 plus, and then just do the first 12 or page 1. So I think there's like 20 results on page 1. Maybe go down to here and do that. I'd say this has an average review of 50. And what's very promising for me is that I see people with 2 reviews selling $4,000 a month. I see people with 23 reviews selling $5,000 a month, 12 reviews selling $16,000 per month. And it looks like the reason that people are doing well, like this one specifically, they have the box in the background, it's branded, they have instructions, they have a high quality picture of it just on a white background with some 3D rendering and a shadow. This one, $12,000 a month with 84 reviews. They have, they're showing in the picture that it could be put at many different levels. So it's a 10-pack. 10 packs are doing really well. 12 piece, let's see, what is everyone selling? This is 10-pack. I don't know how many is right there. 8-pack. Right off the bat, I'm just thinking 20-pack, okay? So maybe sell 20-pack or $49.99 or something. And it's a little bit higher ticket item. Let's just go see really quickly. And now we've figured out that this is a low competition product that makes plenty of revenue, plenty of monthly sales across the board. Let's just go see on Alibaba what we could get it for and think about move it over to how are we going to actually source this product. So, adjustable shoe organizer. And by the way, our differentiation we were thinking of is just doing more. That was the differentiation. So it doesn't have to be rocket science. Just, maybe sell more of them. So that's the differentiation. That'd be bundling, right? Bundling more of the same product together. And that makes sense for some things. For other things, that doing a bundle like that doesn't. It's like if someone's buying sponges, they might need, a 5-pack of sponges because you go through sponges kind of quickly. Someone's buying a garlic press, You don't need to sell them 10 garlic presses. So yeah, it's differentiation works differently for every product. And now I'm big on quality, so that one just looks cheap to me. I don't want to use that one. The hinge looks shitty. Just the plastic looks very thin. Quality prevails in any business. Imagine if you know, Apple did a ton of advertising for the iPhone 11, and it was like $1,000, and it was just a total piece of shit. Like, that would be a huge letdown, right? So that's kind of what people are expecting. You know, that they're expecting that you're going to sell a product and it's going to meet their needs and excel what they wanted. They don't just want to, you know, pay $20 for a piece of crap that was made in China and very clearly cheap material. That's a great way to get bad reviews and, you know, only do good for a month, and then the bad reviews come in and wipe your listing out. So take pride in your listing. You know, don't just try and sell cheap shit on Amazon. This one looks a little bit better. This one looks really good, so it has grip on it. That one looks a lot better quality. And now what we could even do is go to, I just learned this on my last live stream. I didn't learn it, but I've just started using it. 1688.com. So it's the Chinese version of Alibaba. And a lot of the times the prices are a lot lower. So it just takes a little bit longer usually because it's a different server. Yeah, here we go. So you could actually just, it'll ask you to translate if you're on Google Chrome, which is what we're going to do. It should. We'll just wait for a second. Guys, if you're still watching 26 minutes into the video, I'd love for you to drop a comment. Maybe even just saying, hey, what's up, Paul? Or if you have a question, anything. Clearly you're engaged if you've watched this far in, so thank you. Appreciate it. Now, it didn't ask me to translate, which is a bummer. Adjustable shoe, what was it? Shoe rack. Organizer. Wasn't really a rack. Now, most of the time you could just type English into that bar and it will pull it up. Maybe just adjustable shoe. It's kind of weird. Last time I did this, it worked really well. I think it's because it's not translating the page. I don't know how to make it do that. Maybe if we go Google first. Haha. There we go. Oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, there we go. Translate from Chinese to English. Perfect. So now we'll try it. Alright, freaking this thing's making me look like an idiot here. I was all excited to show you guys. Alright, we'll stick to Alibaba. It was just like, it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think I pulled up like potato bag and the keywords were really simple. So that was one of the products I found in lawn and garden, and it worked really well. On that website, it was a lot cheaper. But what I was getting at there is that you could get the, you know, it says 40 cents to $1.50 per piece. That's probably more like 10 cents to 80 cents per piece. So these prices are a little bit inflated. And now, so what I like to do is just literally look at the pictures, and the same way that I would buy it from Amazon is how I'm going to buy from a supplier. So which one looks the best? You know, whose supplier's website looks the most legitimate? Whose supplier has been in business for the longest amount of time with the most reviews? You can see that right here. So we're looking through this website. Now this website is Alibaba, obviously. If I got ahead of you, this is how you find suppliers for products, mostly Chinese suppliers. And now, honestly, I like the one on page 2. I like this one with grip right here. And is it on Amazon? That's one thing I like to check. Is my exact product on Amazon? It looks like it is this one right here. My mic's in the way if you're wondering why I'm like dodging out to look at that. 2018, so that's this. And now they're actually doing pretty good. So they're doing $9 grand a month with only 49 reviews. So that shows that that design is working. And now how many are they selling? They're only selling 8. So if we could do like a 20 pack of this, no one's doing a 20 pack. And now I understand it'll be more capital intensive, but maybe just order less of them. So if we could do, if we could get it for 40 cents even, a 20 pack would be what, $9? Did I do math? 0.40 times 20. be $8. That's not too bad. So say you ordered 150 of those, be $1,200. That's doable. 150 is really low. I understand that. Don't blow me up in the comments. But sometimes it makes more sense to do something like that and just sell out and go out of stock. Because say, you know, we were, let's go back over to this one. We'll click on this one. And now we'll run the ANZ calculator. And we'll say product cost is $8. But we're going to sell for we're going to sell for like maybe even $44.99 or $39.99. Let's just see if we sold that at 40. So that's $20 profit per unit. And the fees would probably be twice as much. So maybe there would be $20 in fees. So maybe we sell at $44.99. So if we're doing $15 per unit in profit, because I just added another $10 in fees, just because, you know, it's going to be twice as heavy essentially. So it's going to be more expensive. So let's be realistic. Say we get $15 profit per unit selling at $45, which is pretty low. But let's just say that's what it is. We could sell, you know, if we sold our 150 units times $15 in profit, that's $2,200. Plus we get our money back from the first order because that was just profit. So plus $1,200. So you turn $1,200 into $3,500. And now we said the cost of the product was $8. So if we divided, you know, $3,500 by 8, we could order 400 now. And then if we sell 400 times 15, now you made $7,000 in profit. So just using, you know, go out of stock once to make sure it's a good product, and then use all of the money that you earned from selling those 150 units to reorder. Now you have 400. That'll keep you in stock for a while. That'll be a month or more worth of stock. And then once you get paid back that's $6,000. You could just use 3,000 of that to reorder that product. You could order another 400 and use the other 3,000 to either pay yourself or launch another product. And that's how you scale an Amazon business. So that's it, guys. We're going to end it right here. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and what could you do for subscribe? I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.